When you think of Dubai, what's the first thing that comes to mind? It's probably this, right? A crazy, futuristic skyline just erupting out of the desert. It feels like a testament to pure, impossible ambition. But this city is so much more than just incredible buildings. It's a radical experiment that has completely changed the game on what a city can even be. All right, let's get into it.
I mean, this is the question at the heart of it all. It's not just some thought experiment, it's the absolutely audacious challenge the city's leaders threw down. And honestly, the answer they came up with pretty much rewrote the rules for how cities get built.
Just take a second and look at the difference here. The scale of this transformation, it's just staggering. On one side, you've got a quiet little fishing village from the 1960s, and on the other, a massive, buzzing global hub. The wildest part? This didn't take centuries. This all happened within a single lifetime. It's one of the fastest, most dramatic urban makeovers in history. So how in the world did they pull this off? Well, it wasn't magic, that's for sure. It was all about strategy. And it all started with a really smart, critical pivot that laid the groundwork for everything that came later. This timeline really breaks it down. For the longest time, Dubai was just a small trading post. Then, boom, 1966, they strike oil. But here's the genius part. The ruler at the time, Sheikh Rashid, was a true visionary. He knew the oil wouldn't last forever. So instead of just cashing out, he used that money to build a future that went way beyond oil, pouring it into ports, infrastructure, and the Jebel Ali Free Zone, which was a huge bet on global trade. And this quote, it just captures that mindset perfectly. It's from Sheikh Rashid himself, and it shows you how urgent he felt this was. He understood that wealth from oil was temporary, but a city built on trade, tourism, and talent, that could last forever. The whole point was to make sure his great-grandson wouldn't have to go back to riding a camel. Okay, so the foundation is set. Now comes the next phase, under Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. This is where it got really interesting. This is where Dubai went from being just a functional port to a global icon. And the new goal? It was as simple as it was bold: become unforgettable. The whole strategy was to use architecture and engineering on a scale nobody had ever seen before. The idea was to create landmarks so famous, so iconic, that they would basically become the definition of Dubai itself. So what was their first big statement? A sail-shaped tower, rising 321 meters right out of its own man-made island. This, of course, was the Burj Al Arab. They marketed it as the world's very first and only 7-star hotel. It was a massive signal of a whole new level of ambition and luxury. But why on earth would you stop there? A few years later, they completely shattered every record in the book with this spire that just scrapes the sky at 828 meters. The Burj Khalifa wasn't just the world's tallest building. No way. It was a clear, definitive message that Dubai could actually build the impossible. And the list just keeps going. Artificial islands shaped like a palm tree that you can see from space. One of the biggest shopping malls on Earth, hosting the entire world for Expo 2020. You get the picture. The key takeaway here is that these weren't just construction projects. They were, in reality, massive global marketing campaigns designed to scream Dubai to the entire planet. All right, but let's dig a little deeper, because all those incredible buildings, you can think of them as the hardware. The real secret sauce, the actual genius behind the Dubai model, is in its software, the economic and social systems that make the whole city operate like one giant global platform. I mean, just look at this chart. You have people from over 200 nationalities calling Dubai home. Expats make up the vast majority of the population. This incredible mix isn't some happy accident. It's a core part of the city's economic engine. It was designed from the ground up to attract the best talent from all over the world. And this table? It basically breaks down how that software works. You offer powerful incentives like tax-free zones, and boom, you become a magnet for global corporations. You build a world-class airport, and suddenly you're the busiest international crossroads on the planet. See? It's a clear, deliberate system, all designed to make Dubai the easiest and best place in the world to do business. Okay, so you've literally transformed desert sand into a city of skyscrapers. Where do you even go from there? What could possibly be next? Well, for Dubai, the ambition never, ever stops. The city is already deep into planning its next evolution. And this quote from Sheikh Mohammed just captures the city's entire philosophy. The race for excellence has no finish line. Think about that. For Dubai, there's no final version. The process of innovating, of reinventing, it's constant, it's perpetual. And their blueprint for the future shows they are not slowing down one bit. We're talking about integrating AI into every city service, getting into space tourism, building hyperloop systems, basically becoming a global leader in smart city tech. The goal is to just keep reinventing what a city can even be. Now, of course, this kind of hypergrowth doesn't happen without creating some very complex situations. As the source material points out, this kind of massive, rapid development has sparked important conversations about environmental sustainability and the rights of the huge labor force that made the city a reality. And all of this brings us to one final, really big question. Dubai has, without a doubt, proven to the world that a city can be a platform for ambition, for innovation, for human potential on a scale we've never seen before. But it also leaves us with this crucial thought to chew on. Who is all that potential really for? And that's a question that every city of the future is going to have to answer.